You are not going to believe that someone was just throwing this away. Look at this sad, forgotten piece of furniture. It is the kind of thing that you'd see on the side of the curb or for sale at the Goodwill for a few bucks. This poor guy is a blank canvas just waiting for a makeover. And you know that I am up for that challenge. Let's turn some lemons into lemonade once again. Take a look at this piece together, shall we? So I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace. He was doing a 2-for-1 deal, the one that I really wanted. You guys already watched me flip, and so he gave both of these to me for 15 bucks, which was quite a steal. This guy, he's got some problems. Basically, he is just plain out boring. The drawers are not lining up. That's why they look weird. There's a foot that is not attached. Hopefully that's easy. But it's just boring. So it's a really great canvas for some ideas that I have today. So let's get into it. Let's start scrubbing, shall we? This is some simple green that I keep mixed up in a squirt bottle. I use just some old t-shirts for rags and hot water. And we're gonna spray this down and get off any dirt, grease, grime. You have to have a perfect, pretty perfect surface to start with, but you definitely don't want any furniture polish or handprints or anything left behind on this when you start. So let's get it off. I do not have a clue whether this has been painted white, what color it started. It's very odd because the feet look like it's been painted, but usually the dead giveaway is that there's overspray on the drawers, and there's none of that. So, and the surface on the top, really rough, like someone took spray paint to this. But if they spray painted it, they did a heck of a job because there's no overspray anywhere else. Really can't figure this one out. When we sand it, we're gonna learn. Now that I've got it clean, I'm going to take these drawers out, if they'll come out, and label all of them so I know where they go when I put them back. Although I'm not totally sure this is where this one goes. It's definitely having some issues we're going to need to check out. Maybe the rest of them will come out. Ay, ay, ay. I knew that was gonna happen eventually. Something's back there. I'll have to go in and see what it is. No money today. Let's continue down our journey of what color do you think this was? I've got some clues on the inside. The drawer stoppers used to be pink. They used to be baby pink, and they rubbed off as the drawers rubbed on them. But I don't know. Then you got the inside that's sprayed white. I don't know, guys. This one's throwing me for a loop. And then you've got black on the feet. I don't know what color this was. I may not know what color this was, but I do know that this piece of trim here is gonna go. So I'll get out my upholstery tools and whatever else I can gather to get this off. Oh, I was hoping that was going to be easy. It's not too bad. Okay, quick break from the makeover because I have to show you something that's actually gonna save me today. I'm designing this dresser and I have been totally stuck on what to do with the fronts of these drawers. And I keep going back and forth on whether I'm gonna do trim, what's the layout pattern gonna be. Nothing is really clicking with me as to fix this. So I started using MakebyMe. It's a completely free 3D design platform for DIYers like you and I, and it has been a total game changer. Instead of guessing what this dresser is gonna look like, I can actually see it before I ever touch a tool. You can build your project completely from scratch. They also have an entire online community full of projects that other people have already designed. It is so cool to browse through. When you look through these, there's tons of builds, furniture, decor, woodworking, and if you see something that you love, you can customize it to fit your exact style. It's like having endless inspiration and templates right at your fingertips. And as you design, the program automatically updates your materials and your cut list, which means if I add trim and change the layout, rethink the drawer fronts, the plan is going to adjust instantly for me. Once you lock in on your design, MakebyMe even walks you through the step-by-step build. No guessing, no miscuts, no wait, that doesn't fit. I've been there. MakebyMe is totally free, and honestly, it's so fun to look through. Click the link in the description and start designing your next project. You're going to love this. Now let's get back to the flip. After further investigation, this is what the broken one looks like. The good one has that. That is, of course, missing. I bet somebody tried to drag it across the carpet and then it just broke out. It looks like they tried to fix that a few times. There's a ton of glue on that. So I'll use my heat gun and get all of that out. But I'm probably gonna have to do my dowel trick where I put dowels on either side just to hold it in place so that it stays steady. It's actually just coming right off with my scraper. I might not have to use the heat gun after all. Glue is off. I got that off, and I've got these two little bitty dowels. So I am just gonna put those right there. And then I'm gonna do a little trick, kind of like make a stamp with this. And that way I know exactly where I need to drill the holes on the dresser, because you don't wanna mess that part up. I have those feet coated pretty well. I'll put this where it's supposed to go, and it'll make a mark where I need to drill. Using some Gorilla Glue, extra strength, to put into the new holes that I made, and then I'll coat the dowels as well, and we should be good from there. Texture on the top of this and on the sides is really rough, and of course I need to sand down that little trim detail that I removed as well, so that's nice and smooth. So I've got my Orbital sander out. I've got 120 grit on here, and I'm going to show you guys on the camera what this looks like up close, but it's rough, so we need to make it smooth. Now that I have a much better idea of what these drawers need to look like, I got some of this these bendable beads. It's not wood, it's plastic, and it's probably not plastic. I don't know what it is, but it's not wood. And I'm gonna put these across the top as some decorative detail. And yeah, I think this is where we're gonna start now that I've mocked that up a little bit with that app. So I'm gonna use a glue brush here. I've got some liquid nails to attach this with. It's not wood, so I can't put finishing nails through this. And it's bendable like you saw. So as soon as I measure it, I can just bend it and it'll cut where I need it to cut really easily, which is nice. And I'm gonna get these drawers boxed out with this. For the little pieces that don't quite fit, I can just take my blade here and cut them in half or a fourth, whatever I need to make it fit along the edge. These drawers have to dry for a little bit before I can paint them, so I'm going to get them out of the way so I can start painting the body of the dresser. Now we can get to the fun part. So I've got two different colors that I'm debating between. I really like this one, but I don't know if there's enough left in this jar. It feels like it's about right there, so we'll see. So this is blue, this is slate blue from Sherwin-Williams. It's in their Emerald Trim collection, which means it has a built-in top coat and a built-in primer, which would be perfect. My second option is this color by Country Chic, and it is this green, and it's called Wondrous. This one's available on Amazon. Same thing, it's an all-in-one paint. So both options would work, but I really like this color. So let's open this can and see what's left in here. Yeah, it's possible that I'll just have enough in there. I want to paint this with the drawers inside. This dresser will allow me to do that, but I am just going to tape the edges here so I don't have any overspray issues. And we'll get all these taped up and then it'll be time to paint. This dresser isn't going to be a high seller for me. Most of my dressers, if you watch my channel regularly, you know they go for anywhere from $800 to $1,200, somewhere in that range. This one's probably going to be closer to $400 or $500 just because of how it's built. It's not made out of the best materials. And, you know, I'm not going to get one of those like really fancy finishes out of this. It's just a fun way to recoup some money. And again, like I've got less than 25 bucks invested in this right now. So I'm going to try to keep my costs low. I do need to buy knobs because it didn't come with them. So at the end, I'll tell you how much I've got invested and what I think I'm going to sell it for. Stay tuned. Round number 2. It should only take 2 coats on this dresser. Got this all staged and ready while I was waiting for Amazon to deliver the knobs, but found these really cute just brush brass knobs. I've used these before on another project, and they just have these really cute little details on them, so I thought they would be perfect for this one. All right, I think this is the cutest $15 save that I've done in a while. A little trim, a little paint, and this dresser went from landfill bound to something somebody can actually love in their home once again. What do we think the final color was on this originally? I think it was white, but what do you guys think? So I promised you a price breakdown on this one. It started off at the purchase price of $15 for the dresser. I spent $18 on the trim because I bought 2 and they are $9 each pack. I spent $25 on the knobs, so all in, I'm around 58 bucks. I'm gonna list this one in my area for around $350 to $400, leaving me with a pretty good profit around $300-ish is what I'm hoping at the end of the day. I always update you guys in the community section of my YouTube page. I think they call it posts now, so be sure to check over there and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss those updates. Plus, you don't want to miss any flips because I'm always rescuing pieces out here in the garage. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you don't mind, and tell me in the comments if you love this one or what you would have done differently. I always love to know. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Lemons to Lemonade Home.